Hi, I'm Bill Ryan, and welcome to my world. Sometimes in life, we go along and everything is fine, and then a situation is thrust upon us. And I really think it judges who and what we all are in these situations. And a while back, about 6 years ago, a guy moved into the area and within days threw poison over my fence to kill my dog. I reported it to the police, and that's when I discovered how corrupt the system in Pasco County and the state of Florida really is. I always knew that you don't want to call the police because all they'll do is victimize you. Victimize the victim. Now, what does that mean exactly? What does victimize the victim mean? It means you are a victim. Somebody robbed you. Somebody beat you up. Somebody did something horrible to you. And the words that come out of the cop's mouth, maybe even the very first words, well, what did you do to deserve this? What? What? Yeah. And that's exactly what they asked me. Guy threw poison over my fence to kill my dog, and they said, what did you do to deserve it? And I look at this cop and I said, are you saying then that there is a justifiable reason for him to poison my dog? And he kind of backed up and said, well, no. You see, it's in their programming. They're programmed to say these words. It's all canned conversation. When they say this, say that. So when they do this, do that. They're not even thinking. They're just going through the motions. Well, so that forced me to detail and document everything. I'm very good at this. Or not very good, I'm pretty good at this. And I've been to court numerous times. I know how to file a small claims lawsuit. So I built everything, documented everything, made sure the police had everything. And I even dealt with the state's attorney's office, sending them letters and updates and more information. And judges, and I kept everybody in the loop as to what was going on in this. And the state's attorney office was prosecuting the case based on the information that I provided to them. Now that's telling you a lot. The state's attorney's office said there is a case, justifiable cause for them to prosecute this man. I had compiled enough evidence for a conviction in the state's attorney's thinking. Now that's pretty powerful. You got a lot going on your side. So as I get into this, amazingly, as we're going along, the Department of Law Enforcement in Tampa, they were the ones responsible because the state's attorney's office said they're prosecuting the case. They go back to Pasco County Sheriff's Office, who collected the evidence, and they said, all right, you take this evidence and you send it to these people in Tampa, and they will examine it and provide a witness for the trial. Okay, this is how it works. You go through the motions. And that office in Tampa said, we are not going to spend the money, their words, spend the money and provide a witness for this case. End of case. The sheriff's office gets notice that they're not going to do it. They throw the evidence away. They cut out of the loop entirely the state's attorney's office. What the hell? You can't do that. Oh, but they did it. They did it. They just decided what cases they're going to prosecute and what cases they're not. So, in Pasco County, it's apparently pretty corrupt. Now, if I was a judge, oh, you could bet your ass something would have been done. But they didn't do it. I complained to everybody. And my words fell on deaf ears. And all the letters and all the details and everything went into this booklet, just a detailed record, which is why I never did a video about this, because, you know, give me a break. What is the end game here? So anyway, it's titled Victimize the Victim. And I detailed day by day by day, chronological order, what happened. And it's kind of amazing because, and I sent out, 200 letters. I complained to everybody. The president, the Supreme Court, the Florida Supreme Court, any law enforcement, the FBI, the CIA. I complained to everybody that if they're doing this about a simple case, for me, what about the rapes and the murders? Well, we're not going to investigate that one. That's a black man. We don't care about that. Oh, that's the sheriff's son. Yeah, we'll investigate that. You see what I'm saying? This is abuse of power. This is not how it works. There's one law for all of us, not one law for the friends of the sheriff, and then we'll just not pursue that law for people we don't care about. Okay, well, I contacted Danny Burgess. He is our Florida representative right here. And I explained all this to him, and he said that the Florida Department of Law Enforcement does not determine if a crime will be prosecuted. Okay, but they did. Now, did they break the law? Well, who are they to determine that? So when I get back to the state's attorney's office, I explain it to him, and he says, they can't do that. I decide if we're going to prosecute a case. Nobody else. The state's attorney's office. He makes that decision. If there's enough evidence, and there was, for a prosecution, he'll pursue it. If there's not, he won't. I need this, I need that. He had everything he needed. He was pursuing the case following the law. There's a good guy. And this guy in Tampa, he decides, I'm not going to do it. Sheriff's office throws it away. Well, they're not going to do it. But he can't decide that. You're the sheriff. You should know. That's not how it works. You got your orders, do it. Nobody said, throw something away, do it. But they didn't. They just swept it all under the rug. Hey, let's go get some coffee and donuts. Okay, it's not how that works. You're getting a paycheck. Do the job. Do what you're supposed to do. So I start to file complaints against these people. And the officers that apparently were responsible for the destruction of this property in an open prosecuting case, which, you know, think about that. That's against the law. Let's just make something up here. Let's say my brother committed a murder, and the police are looking for the weapon, and I have the weapon, and I destroy it. What am I guilty of? Destruction of property in an investigation. You can't do that. You're a co-conspirator. You're helping protect the criminal. That's what they're doing here. It's a small little nothing case, but it's showing you what's really going on. What's really going on? So, somebody's going to talk to me about this. Somebody's going to explain it. So I contact the sheriff's office. I file a complaint against an officer, and that complaint goes from the sheriff to his old boss. Not the current boss that can discipline him, his old boss. I get her on the phone. I'm explaining things. She interrupts me. She won't let me talk. She won't let me finish explaining. And then she hangs up the phone. What the hell? So we pursue it even further. Now I'm complaining to more and more people. Now you got my hackles up here. Let's pursue this even further. What are we doing? So I realized that something was very wrong. A crime took place here against me. Victimize the victim. Now, the reason the sheriffs and the police victimize the victim is to shut you up. That's what they do. They twist it against you and turn you, the victim, into a victim again. You are a victim of the system. They're not there to help you. They're here to shut you up, make you go away. That's the plan. That's what's really going on. So, you are a victim. You call the police. They victimize you. You never call the police again. I'm not calling them. Shit, after what they put me through, I'm not doing that. Yeah, but that's not me. That's not me. You're going to do your job. You're getting paid to do your job, and I'm going to pursue you until you do your job. That's the way it works. You're going to do your job. You take a paycheck. So, I realize I contacted 11 judges, and I said, including the head judge in in Pasco County, who is in charge of investigating crimes within his jurisdiction. So if a judge is corrupt, you contact this judge and he'll look into it and see what's going on. That's his position. I heard nothing back. Not a word. Not a, yeah, we got your letter and we don't give a shit and we're throwing it away. Nothing. 11 judges. Nothing. So, I'm not letting it go. I'm going to keep going after it. You're doing something wrong. And just to show you, here's that right there, and there are the number of CCs that I sent. So when I sent a letter to somebody, all those people got a copy. I sent hundreds of letters just to make everybody aware of the system. This was long before I wrote the book, God, Religion, and Pedophiles, and really understood how corrupt the system is. Before I really understood that the Freemasons, and we all know what the Freemasons are 85% are cops. Oh yeah, you're going to get a fair shake. Sure you are. So, years go by, water goes under the bridge, and I never turn my back to a cop. Never. You always watch them. They got their orders. They got their marching orders from the deep state. They're all part of it, as far as I'm concerned, till they prove that they're not. And then Donald J. Trump comes along. We're going to have the rule of law. Oh yeah, really? That's going to happen? And then he talks about the corruption with, I believe it was Flynn, and how that man was wrongfully prosecuted in the system that we call a government, which is a fake government. And by fake government, I mean that, example, I'll meet somebody in the military or a police officer. And, through our conversation, I'll just say, especially a police officer, you swore an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States of America. Yes or no? Yes, I did. Matter of fact, You did it twice, didn't you? Yes, I did. They pushed their chest out. I said, okay, which one? The first original Constitution or the second one of 1871 when this country was taken over? And they're like, huh? You know, the eyes kind of glaze over. They've never heard of this before. This is all news to them. And do they investigate? Do they look into it? Probably not. They're just all in their little groove, doing their job, doing whatever, and they don't want to look beyond and see the big picture. Washington, D.C. is not part of this fake country. It's a city-state, just like London, England, and just like the Vatican. They're all together, all run by the sun god Satan. That's what's going on. That's the truth. That's the reality. So Donald Trump is bucking them, and I'm seeing it. How do I know he's bucking them? We got blue skies. Where are the chemtrails? Where they're poisoning us with their aluminum and barium? Where's all that? It's gone away. Trump stopped it. Hey, maybe he is a good guy. Is he? I don't know. I don't know. Skies are blue. That's all I know. Skies are blue. Okay, we'll take that. Then he stands up there and he's defending Flynn, saying how he was wrongfully prosecuted by the corrupt people at the FBI. Really? That's the people I wrote to that did nothing. That's interesting. And then he talks about, he says they're not all bad, but he said the entire 7th floor is corrupt. Okay, entire 7th floor. So then he says they are in the process of investigating the investigators and removing them. Interesting. So I'm thinking, wow, this is what I needed to hear. So I decide on May the 28th of this year to write the Pasco County Sheriff. Same guy, same people, and I wrote to him, I'm back. I said, things are coming out of Washington, D.C. that have to make you sick. The 7th floor of the FBI is going down for treason. Okay, that's got to frighten him a little bit. The cover-up of a crime, just as you did, this is not going to end. It's going to be exposed. It's not just about me. It's about all of us. Well, that little letter got a reaction. And I'm going to share that with you in part 2 of this video series. So I want to thank you for watching this, and I hope it helps explain why I never did a video about Victimize the Victim, one of my books, because it's not really a book. It's just I was thrown into this cesspool, and I guess that's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to bring this information out for the rest of the world to see. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you found it informative.